Warning! Warning! The following video is intended for educational and entertainment use only. The content will include disturbing images, violent scenarios, and explicit language. This video is intended for 18 plus and older audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome everyone to Infinitely Productions. Joseph Skinny Joey Merlino strikes again. This time he is now finally responding to the Netflix documentary series Mob War, Philadelphia versus the Mafia. The Netflix series Mob War, Philadelphia versus the Mafia was released on October 22nd, 2025, and it light up a storm against the online streaming services covering organized crime. It has become one of the most anticipated watched series of all and is still becoming one of the most reviewed. Many people have touched on the subject, such as Joey Merlino's adversaries like Gene Borello, Salvatore Samuel Gravano, and much more. However, one of the men that's notable on the poster, such as Joseph Skinny Joey Merlino, has not commented at the time of its release. The other man that's shown on the poster, the former boss, Giovanni John Stanfa, is currently incarcerated and will be serving a lifetime in prison for his convictions. Recently, in early November, The Skinny with Joey Merlino and Little Snuff had posted the episode 111, Netflix Mob War with Joey Merlino, when the two men are covering the segments of the Netflix series. We will not be posting any of the videos that they showed on Patreon, but we'll show you the clips that they do make known to the public, so therefore you can still subscribe to their Patreon to hear from their first-hand account. Here's one of the first clips that they dropped.
Now, we're going to get into something everybody's talking about, and it was a documentary that was put out on Netflix. You want to just touch on that for a second, Joe?
Well, a lot of it was lies. Most of the people on there, I don't even know what the fuck they were doing on there. But they talk about the murders that me and my friends were arrested for. So go on to Patreon. We're only going to do episode 1. We're going to break it down because it's too much. We can't do all 3 episodes at once. It'd take 2 fucking hours. Go on Patreon and I'm going to break everything down. You're going to hear the real truth.
Head on over to Patreon for the full episode, part 1, breaking down the Netflix documentary about Skinny Joey Merlino.
So there you have it. You hear Joey Merlino acknowledging that most of it was told as lies, and he wants to break it down in each segment. And here is another clip where he comments, and he is covering the shooting that occurred against Joseph Cingolani Jr. at the Welfare Diner in Southwest Philadelphia. Alright, and we're going to play you back of that shooting that occurred against Joseph Cingolani Jr. Here's Bill Curtis covering the shooting that occurred on the mob pit and what that diner looks like today.
Look closely. You are witnessing a mob hit in progress. 3 hitmen are entering this Philadelphia diner armed with handguns. As the gunmen leave, they take one last look at their victim, who lies bleeding on the floor. Then they jump in a waiting car. No one is ever charged, but everyone agrees it was a mob hit.
As you can see, the diner has been closed for several years. Now, one of the men that testified against Joseph Skinny Joey Merlino and his entourage was Tommy Horsehead Scafidi. He became a government informant. He stated that it was he, along with 3 other men, that were the shooters that took place in the Joseph Cingolani hit. Tommy Horsehead Scafidi was a known person that was associated with Joey Merlino for many years. However, when he became a government informant, therefore their relationship had soured, and many people had also questioned his loyalty, whether he was under the government witness protection or people that he associated with himself. Either way, he was not known for being trusted towards anybody. You see, Joseph Skinny Joey Merlino denounces him and said that there was 3 men, as you can see from the video footage. But in the court testimony, it appears that Tommy Horsehead Scafidi said there was 4 men as opposed to 3, and therefore his story and testimony will not be reliable. We also want to mention that Joey Merlino will be covering Barry Gross, the former United States prosecutor who will be featured in the Netflix documentary and will be going against him in the court of law. Another person Merlino will be referencing is the former FBI supervisor, Charlotte Lang. Here's a picture of her when she was working for the FBI, and here's what she looked like when she appears in the Netflix documentary series. He's going to cover both Gross and Lang. Here's what he says about them.
Now, this is 20-something years ago. Horsehead testified that me, him, and my friends did it.
Okay.
And I remember on the stand, he said 4 guys went in. And we had the video. You see the video. If you see the video, there's only 3 guys running out. So what's the other guy still in there?
Yeah.
Who the fuck's the 4th guy?
Yeah.
I mean, he just out and out lied. They got caught in a lie. And then Barry Gross says, he forgot to tell you, he said the EMT, the ambulance lady, first of all, we subpoenaed her. Mm-hmm. Then they got to her. They scared the shit out of her. He's telling you about, they told him, blow the nose. The first thing she said, it was a dialing declaration. We have it. My lawyer has everything. Everything I say, I got backup, proof. Mm-hmm. It was a dying declaration. She asked him, who shot you? It's the first thing they're going to ask you. Who shot you?
Yeah.
He said, Tim did me. Tim. Mm-hmm. Not Joey, not his friends. Tim. Who the fuck's Tim?
Yeah.
We knew who Tim was. And the waitress in there said, because they just go by whatever the rats say, they never investigate none. That's how we beat the fucking case. Yeah. That's why we beat everything. We caught them lying. There was tile on the wall. Like, she knew how. She said the guy who did it was fucking 5'10", like tall. Me and my friends are all fucking 5'7", 5'6", we're all fucking short. But Tim, he didn't mention it. He don't mention that, Tim. Tim was another rat, Biagio Araneta.
Okay.
He had a big nose and he had curly. He looked like Tiny Tim. That was his nickname, Tiny Tim. We used to call him.
Okay.
He's another rat from where he's from, Italy. I don't know where the fuck he was from. I think he was going out with Stanfa's daughter. Okay. Some fucking bullshit. Anyway, make a long story short, that's who Joey said did it. Mm-hmm. But he's a stupid. He's a rat. They lock us the fuck up.
Yeah.
Tommy said 4 guys went in. You only see 3 guys. It's just a fucking lie. We had nothing to do with it. We beat it. We beat everything.
Yeah.
Me and my friends beat everything. They never mentioned it. You've never seen them once mention it.
Never once.
Never once said they were acquitted.
You can watch this 180 times.
Never once said they were acquitted. No, it fucking kills them. We won. We got found not guilty.
So as you heard, Barry Gross, if you watch the Netflix documentary series, said that when Joseph Cingolini was seriously wounded, they told him that he could not blow his nose because he could unintentionally blow his brains out through his... So as you heard from what Jordan Merlino said, the man that Joseph Cingolini said that was involved in the shooting was much taller than him. Jordan Merlino and most of his entourage members are reported to be 5'7". The shooter was approximately 5'10", based on testimony witness. So as you heard it from Merlino's own words, that he is tired of a lot of government informants, and of course they've lied on his name, and therefore he's defending his name since he is tired of his name being thrown in the mud and been caught up in mischief accusations throughout the years. Now, one thing's for certain, Merlino has always stood ground, even as you heard on the news, that he already did his time and become a law-abiding citizen. In the early 2000s, Joey Merlino, and along with his entourage, had dealt with a very serious federal trial that became one of the most talked about things in the year of 2001 in the middle of July. And as you can see from the screenshot from the Philadelphia Inquirer, when it came to the Merlino verdict, Joseph Merlino was guilty of racketeering conspiracy, extortion, bookmaking, receipt of stolen property, collections of an unlawful debt. Marnie Angelina, guilty of racketeering, conspiracy, extortion, bookmaking, receipt, and sale of stolen property. George Borghese, guilty of racketeering conspiracy, extortion, bookmaking, collection of unlawful debt. John Cingolini, guilty of racketeering conspiracy, extortion, bookmaking. Frank Gambino, guilty of racketeering conspiracy, receipt of stolen property. Angelo Lutz, guilty of racketeering conspiracy, extortion, bookmaking, collection of unlawful debt. And finally, Steve Mazzone, guilty of racketeering conspiracy, extortion, bookmaking. We understand that was a little bit repetitive, but we want to make sure we read it off the chart so you can hear from the guilty verdict that Merlino and his members were charged and found guilty of. However, one thing Joy Merlino has been stating that is factual: he was acquitted for murder. And as you can see, even from the Philadelphia Daily News, when it came to Joy Merlino and his friends, they were all acquitted of murder and guilty of gambling and racketeering. As you can see from the Philadelphia Daily News, so Merlino is telling the truth. Regardless how you feel about him, one thing's for certain: as much as he's always been catching flack within the news media for some of his accusations, one thing's for certain: he has always been cleared of any murdering charges. And that's why he's able to walk free today. And he's already admitted that he already did his time, has become a law-abiding citizen doing his podcast. And now he is much more vindictive, especially those who have cooperated against him or have cooperated law enforcement, knowing that he feels that they are nothing but tattletales and throw other people's name in the dirt. He said he created this podcast so he can defend the good guys, and now he's giving them a voice. And of course, he's rubbed people the wrong way, but he does not care. He's always going to be vocal and always be himself. So this is the episode 1 of Joy Merlino covering Mob Wars Philadelphia versus the Mafia. There's going to be more. We will only cover more subjects based on the videos and clips that he drops on his podcast, but in the meantime, we're only covering the Joseph Cingolini hit. In the next episode, we'll cover when he talks about the Billy Veazey hit, and then where was he when this whole shooting occurred. That will be another video for another time. Until then, this is Ifley Productions. Stay tuned for more content.
Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and check out more of our content. Feel free to give your feedback and suggestions on what we should do next in the comments. This is Infinite Lee Productions. We love ya.